It's been seasons since monsters seen any milk. The bars are barren, coffers running dry, and Santa Paws cries out for something to dip his cookies into. Could two little mice make a difference? It won't be easy. Innocent paws could get caught in the crossfire, and secrets better left hidden may be uncovered. But you have to ask yourself, how far would you go for a little cheese?
Hello and welcome to WLF Forgotten, the Milk Rush. Whip out your Tommy guns for a rat, a tat-tat. My name is Nathan Quadrio and I am your game master.
My name is Miriam Feats and I play Maude Sinclair.
My name is Jess Wolfendale and I play Sheriff Curly Whiskers.
A guitar strums in the background as it's a close-up on a roll of paper being rolled out within the Milk Rush train. A writing implement comes into view, an arrow drawn in red ink along the train tracks, stopping at a midpoint. Across, a further line heading downwards as the camera zooms in on a mark on the map, a small town, the town of Munster, as the Provolone Ranger crosses Munster out in a big X. It fades to black, and we hear more, the scratch of writing, and then a whispered voice. Dear Mrs. Whiskers, I'm afraid I have some terrible news. And we fade up.
Why is everyone against me?
What did you do?
What did I do to these people?
On Maude Sinclair, hiding
Yes.
outside the Boulderette's home, seeing Big Boy Mousy talking to someone in the brush.
Yes. That I don't see or hear, really.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you hear that they are planning to pin this crime upon your good friend.
Curl a whisker.
Good friend, Curly Whiskers.
I mean, we're friendly.
Allies for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how close we are yet,
Your
but we're
work
friendly.
colleague.
Yeah.
We're doing the allies to friends trope this season.
Yeah.
Acquaintances to
Friends.
friendship.
Yeah. We're doing Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King 3. They haven't seen me,
No.
so I think I will probably stay hiding until they leave. And then, I don't know, when I think I've heard them leave, maybe like sneak around and see if I can catch a glimpse of whoever the other guy is. But like, yeah, I think I'm just going to let this finish playing out until it's safe for me to move.
The conversation continues for a short while longer. You hear, again, only Big Boy Mousy's response.
Yeah.
This is only half. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. And he walks out of the brush, adjusting his coat, moving in and heading back towards the building.
Okay. Do I hear any noise of this other figure moving out of the bushes?
Roll me a will check.
Sure. No, 9 over 8. So close, but no banana.
Not particularly.
Okay. Then I'll give it maybe like 45 seconds after he's left the bushes.
Yeah.
And then I will sneak my way out and I guess just very carefully kind of peek around and see if I can see another figure leaving maybe in a different direction from the shrubs. And if not, make my way back to the theater.
As you kind of head out, you do see through the brush just a little bit of as the figure moves quite quickly back away from the theater.
Is where I'm standing, is it like all just continuous brush? Or is there open area that they're going to end up being in?
There's going to be an open area that they eventually end up in.
How eventually is eventually? I guess I'm like, because I don't want to.
90 seconds.
Okay, because like I don't want to actively follow them because I don't want to take myself away somewhere where it's just me and some person where I could get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But I do want to see if I can get a vantage point that when they exit whatever brush we're in, I could maybe catch a glimpse of what kind of creature they are and if there's anything distinctive about them.
Okay, you want to loop around?
Yes, if that's what that is, then yes.
Sure.
If that's what I just described, then yes.
Sure.
Beautiful. Let's do a contested deck save.
Okay. 4 for me.
Okay, that's 12 on their die. So you head around kind of some outer brush because you were kind of further back and they were just the angles. You managed to loop around a bit of brush towards where they're hopefully going to exit. And you see them rush out. They are wearing a black cloak with a comically high collar that peaks about 6 to 7 inches above their head.
Love it.
They are wearing a very wide-brimmed hat that is angled right down, but you do see kind of a little nose, a grey nose poking through. And they're wearing a bandana around their face.
Like a rodential nose, reptilian nose.
Rodential.
Okay, cool.
And there are little stars on the bandana.
I guess I'll head back towards the theatre because I don't really have anywhere else to go.
The theatre is locked,
Yeah.
so you're just going to sleep out the front.
Hey, does Curly's room that he ends up in, I have no idea where he ends up sleeping, does it have a window?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to open the window and try to look out for Maude.
Okay. It's locked. You can't open it.
But I do, though. But consider
I do.
I unlock it.
Okay.
And it works. And
How would you like to unlock it? How would you like to do so? Are you going to use your manly strength? Are you going to use your...
All of Curly's manly strength.
Yeah.
Actually, you do have more strength than me.
Your
so
feminine wiles.
Genuinely, you have manly strength.
What kind of lock is it? Is it like a latch? Is it like, well, obviously it's not a latch. Otherwise I just unlatch it, right? Like it's clearly.
Curly's a real dummy.
How does this work? This finagle contraption.
Your will is higher than mine. You should be smarter than me.
It's all charisma, baby.
So as you look through, you can see that there is a lock on the window, like there is a latch that you would use to open it, but there's a lock on the latch. And then you kind of look and you can see that there might be a bar across your window from the outside.
Like,
Or
how
like
can
a
I
piece
not
of wood
see
or something.
a bar on the inside? I'm like, there might be something
in the
blocking
way.
me.
No, like from the outside, maybe even just like the bottom lip that would stop you from opening, but you can't quite see from your angle because it is quite high up on the wall.
Well,
And you're a little mouse.
I'm just a little guy. I'm going to climb up on, I'm going to move the bed over and I'm going to climb up on it to get a better angle.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to get a better angle on if I can see.
And it would seem that it's partially boarded up to prevent it from opening from the outside.
So, from the outside,
Yes.
but I could theoretically, if I unlocked it, would it still open at all?
Well, yeah, but maybe less than an inch.
Oh, well, that's not very helpful, is it?
No.
No, I'm not. Well, it depends. No, rat physics probably won't let me flatten myself that small. No, because rats can.
That's
Very
fair.
small.
They can go through really small gaps, but
This is rat proof.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to try to unlock the window anyway.
Roll a dex check.
Yeah. Hey.
4 under 6.
Okay. It's an old lock. You kind of like just playing it and you pretty much manage to snap it almost.
I'm a genius. I'm going to stick my little nose out the tiny little hole I've created. And I'm just going to like, Maude, I can't remember what your code name was. We've used a few too many and I can't remember which one to use.
Can I hear anything?
As always.
Highs.
Yes, Maude, you hear.
Okay. I will follow that sound.
And you can see
Yeah.
like Flat Stanley, this
Yeah,
just
yeah.
flat nose sticking out.
Curly?
It's me, Curly Whiskers.
Yeah, one of the few things about you that I can tell from this angle is how curly your whiskers are.
Thank you. They need a bit of fluffing.
What? Are you okay? I guess. Maybe I can't get in, so I'll just camp and maybe the door will open at some time tomorrow.
I was going to tie my bed sheets together and pull you in here.
How wide does the window open? Because right now you can only get your nose through,
Yeah,
and I'm
not-
slightly bigger than your nose.
Only slightly.
Well, thank you for the compliment, but I don't think that's going to make me any smaller.
Not yet, but if I break it, then it will be wide enough.
Do you think, will they throw you out if they find a broken window? We can do that. I will just...
From the outside, you can
Yeah.
see the board that is nailed across.
Oh, okay.
So you could potentially take that
All right.
off.
How high is the climb? Is this climb
Like
feasible
one story,
without
two-story?
being help?
So you're on the first story.
Okay.
Well, you're on the ground floor. Anyway,
Oh, I'm on the ground floor.
You're on the ground floor.
Oh, okay. I thought this was way higher
Yeah.
up.
I thought we were having like a little Romeo and Juliet moment here.
no.
I was like, I'm going to be scaling like 2 or 3 stories.
But the window is like up the top
Oh, okay.
of the
Right.
wall.
Okay, I can do that. I've got decent decks.
I've got some rope if you want.
I mean, yeah, if I can, I'll try and get
I
the
do.
plank.
But I don't. No, I guess your rope kind of can fit.
Oh, I have a lasso.
In my stuff.
I'm not saying you
It's
don't
a
have a
stuff
rope.
game.
I'm saying you might not be able to fit your rope through the gap.
If I can fit my nose out the gap,
Yeah,
I
but you can
fit
fit
a
your.
rope.
You know, you can fit your rat nose.
It's a rat rope.
No, it's not made of rats. That would be a
not?
fun D&T item. Something made of rats, therefore it can turn itself into any shape.
Well, like, you know how rats like knot their tails together?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be really weird in this particular scenario. It's my children. All,
Rodents also have smaller
Yeah.
rodents that are a different species.
Yeah, we just
somehow.
can't see them.
Am I going to have to climb up there to pry it off, or is there any way I could do it with my lasso from the ground?
It would be highly unlikely for you to be able to do it with your lasso from the ground.
Okay.
I don't like that answer. Try again.
No.
All
You
right.
have to climb up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's just get up there and I'll survey what the plank of wood actually looks like.
Can you describe to me in more detail what get up there means?
Climb the wall.
So you're going to be like just like rock climbing kind of.
Are there any footholds? Are there any other things that I could climb up with? Can I lasso anything higher up than the window? Like, is there a gutter or something up high to make a rope thing for myself? Otherwise, yeah, I guess I'm rock climbing the wall.
Above the window
Yeah.
is a little wooden carved piece sticking out from the wall. And there's one of these every
Okay.
so of like a mouse kicking their leg.
Oh, cute.
That's wild. That's what they spend their money on. How much is this place making?
A lot. They do this
Did you
show
not see how
every
many
time.
people were here?
That's fair.
The drinks, wow, expensive.
The overhead on the bar is.
Massive.
And as always, none of it goes back to the artists.
And also, it's the only place for miles.
They need better script writers then.
Yeah, then I guess I'll lasso the little dancing mouse.
Okay.
What a
Is
great
there
sentence.
a check?
It's a deck
Yeah?
save, yes.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, yes, finally. Okay. Yeah, that's an 8 under 12.
Okay.
Nice.
You successfully lasso it.
And I guess then I'm using the lasso to like, you know, PE, like just
I'm
rope
like,
climb.
what's reverse rappelling? How do you?
Okay, you pull yourself up, and now you are at level with the wooden plank that is nailed just to the bottom of the.
Okay.
I wave at you.
I wave back. Can I, once I'm up, loop myself into the rope so that I'm a little bit more stable?
Roll a deck save with advantage.
Oh! Okay, 8 under 12.
Okay.
The 11 was also under
Yeah.
12. That was a really good roll.
Yeah.
So you are relatively secure
Yeah.
on both ends.
Yeah, great. Then I'm going to take my mousetrap off and put it in between the window and the board. And then I'm going to swing myself out so that I'm literally like hanging off it to use my body weight as the hoping that the rope is secure enough that when it gives, I'll still be attached to the rope.
Yeah.
I want an animatic of this.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah. This could end with me on the ground.
I mean, that's a great automatic, honestly.
Yeah. Flat under a mouse
I'm
trap
imagining
and
it might
planks of
end with
wood.
you on the roof because your thing bends and then you.
Bounce back up.
Yeah.
Can you roll a strength save, please?
I literally just have this with a 6 under 7.
All right. And you crack it just enough because it's only like a little
Yeah.
bit like half on, half off. So you
Yeah.
crack just enough that you can open the window.
Amazing.
Can you roll me a deck save?
This will be the one I
Can
fail.
I help at all to
Now
that the window opens?
Roll me a deck save with disadvantage.
me? Oh, I
Yes.
thought you were telling. Oh, now that
like,
Curly's
Curly's
helping,
made
you
it
have
worse.
disadvantage.
No.
Like, okay.
Like, because we don't have initiative,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
how quickly can you get the window open and grab once this has happened?
It was a 2 and an 18.
Oh.
Okay.
So, no, you can open the window, but
I
not
fall
fast
off the
enough.
bed.
8 under 12.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
a lot of 8s.
You're doing
tonight.
so good.
I'm really happy with
I like
these
that
8s.
dice.
Yeah, I know.
That
Probability.
Dice, that dice 8.
you crack the wooden panel off and you swing back and all of these little bits of wood kind of push up into your face. But luckily, you're secure on both ends and you kind of swing out and swing back through and you manage to gently place your feet and stop yourself from slamming back into the wall. And you could now theoretically open the window. Well, you probably couldn't open the window. You can get purchased, but the window could be opened
Yeah,
for you.
I'll just do a very gentle foot tap, 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 and then gesture for Curly to open the window.
Yep, Curly's on the floor.
Yeah, I
falling
get
off
back
the
up off the floor and I climb back up onto the bed. Sorry.
Curly, let me in.
Sorry. And I'll open the window
Cool.
and
Okay.
Yeah. I will very carefully unloop my lasso from the little dancing mouse, if I can.
Once you're inside,
Well, yeah, how high above the window is the little dancing mouse?
about a mouse and a half.
Ugh. We don't want the rope there in the morning, though. This is where my plan falls apart.
it's fine. Just tuck it in.
fine.
Like they're gonna see that the board's cracked anyway.
That's
Like,
true.
just like pull the rope in and close
Yeah.
the window so it's at least like
All
tucked
right.
up.
I guess I'll do that, and I won't have my lasso.
You can have my rope if you want. Can make that into a lasso. Just a really thick lasso.
Yeah, and we'll into Curly's room.
All right. If anyone catches us, you're my agent.
Okay. Are agents allowed backstage?
No, you're my secret agent.
Okay.
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
That makes slightly more sense to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Great.
Someone's trying to set fire to the building.
Oh, okay. Oh, that might be okay. So I was just outside and the bouncer, big boy, Mousy, was talking to a mysterious figure in the shrubs who was wearing, honestly, one of the best like outfit disguises I've ever seen. I'm going to take some notes. But they're planning to do something and pin it on you.
Me?
Yeah. So I'm guessing that might be to do with the burning down of the building.
I just got here.
I think that's the reason they're choosing you to be the fall guy.
But,
Because you just got here and no one cares about you.
but I'm so nice. Everyone loves me.
I know that. But they don't know that. And so they've decided that you're an easy mark.
All right. Well,
But I don't know who this other figure is other than that his cloak or their cloak was amazing. And they had little stars sewn into their bandana. And I think I might want to try that.
stars.
Did you find Sassy?
I did. She won't leave until we stop the building from being burned down.
Okay. I mean, I guess then we'll need to do that.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to make sure you got in here because we needed to
Okay.
talk it out. And also, it means that you can be like sneaking around in the building
Yeah.
if you
All
want.
right.
Because no one knows you're here.
That's good thinking, Curly.
You're a secret agent.
Ba-dum.
Every time I'll put this thing in. That's what secret agents are, right?
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
They're just talent agents for the government.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, does Sassy have a plan? Did she talk to you about?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's been a whole week. I don't remember.
It's only been a night, but somehow it feels like a whole week.
It's been like 10 minutes. Well, she thinks it's either Big Boy Mousy or Leaky McSqueaky.
All right.
Leaky McSqueaky seems more seedy to me, but she thought it might be more.
Well, Big Boy Mousy was just doing some shady business outside that sounds like it maybe probably is connected to the burning down of the place.
Did they say the words burning down? Are you sure they're not planning to recruit me? It happens.
They didn't say the words burning down, but they did say the words fall guy, fool don't know what he's doing.
Oh my God.
Referring to you.
They're making a new Fall Guy movie and they want me to be the star.
I really don't think that's
Fall
what
Guy
it was,
2,
Curly.
Ryan's out, Curly's in, baby.
So what would you like to do next? Sleep until morning?
I think before we go to sleep, I'll stash my mousetrap stuff. Maybe under your bed.
Yeah.
Could I fit under the bed?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
I
think I'll sleep.
was just gonna push a dresser in front of the door so
Oh,
no one
okay.
could walk in. But
I
that
was
works.
just going to sleep. I can either sleep under the bed or sleep near enough to under the bed that if I heard someone coming,
Yeah.
I could just roll.
that works.
Can you both make will saves at disadvantage.
We shouldn't have gone. Oh no! Stop holding that number.
Yeah, that's a 17 over 8.
It's an 18 over 10.
You sleep well, soundly, comfortably, happily.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
And you awaken in the morning. We are waiting for you at rehearsal.
Oh, right.
Move it, Fred.
Yeah.
Move it.
Yes. Yeah, and I just like throw on a robe. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm like, good luck. And I poke my head back in the door. Do you remember what accent I was using?
Like a weird kind of, if I knew what a robot was,
Oh, yeah.
like a robot.
Thank you. And I leave.
And you head out to the stage, or?
Yeah, I walk out on stage with my steamer, and hello.
Rehearsal started 30 minutes ago.
I was not aware. I will be next time.
You will be lucky if there is a next time.
Okay.
You are not in makeup?
I have not.
100% commitment for 100% of rehearsals. Go! Go!
Okay.
And a makeup lady like grabs you and pulls you. She has this enormous bouffant of
Yeah.
hair. Okay, darling, old man. Hey, well, we'll have to work on that a little bit, won't we, darling? Oh, you're not going to, please. And she starts to straighten out your whiskers.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. I don't even know
This
what
is
my
the
reaction
line.
is yet.
She pulls out 2 like hot iron pokers to straighten out your
I grab them with my hands. I think I flash back to a moment. Early boy band, rebellious teen Curly was in his room with a hot iron and was about to do it, and his mother ran in and smacked it out of his hands, and Curly automatically just smacks it out of her hands as well.
Oh, my. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Honey, what's going on here? We got to work together as a team, okay? You're new here.
I have delicate whiskers.
Oh,
They are clip-ons.
Oh,
There's nothing under here. You gotta help me out.
okay.
If we could just keep them for now, that'd be so great for me.
All righty. Clip-ons, really?
Yeah.
Those are, you'll have to give me the details of your clip-on
I'll hook you up with my guy.
because I know it looks fabulous, and she lifts her entire hair off. I know. This ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here is the shade of my skin exactly. And I give her like my stuff. I give her my shades and my foundation number and all that sort of thing.
I wouldn't have thought you were an autumn, but here you are.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Months of trial and error to get to that conclusion.
I went to Korea so many times. And she does your makeup, and you now look 30 years older.
Wow. I look 40.
Wow, I look like 30. Wow.
Yeah, great.
And you're sent out on stage in record time,
Incredible.
ready to do your scene.
I'm ready to do my scene.
Do you have the sides?
I do not.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Wait, I should have done that accent.
You should have been telling me what's up.
The director looks at you like his eyes are boring into your skull. Collect the sides from the stage manager.
I saunter to the stage manager. I'm here to collect my sides.
You get the sides from the stage
Yeah.
manager and you head back on stage. I'm not going to give you any sides, and I'm going to
I would
require
have been
you.
so, honestly, I was like, I know you're not going to, but wouldn't it be amazing if you were just like,
That's something that you guys do when you GM. I'm like, I didn't even know there would be sides until 30 seconds ago.
if these are my sides, where are the backs and fronts? Am I right?
Action! Oh, grandfather, I'm so excited for Christmas.
Yes, with all the family together.
I know. Do you think Annie Marge will come?
But we haven't seen Annie Marge in 50 years.
I know. Not since she went on the road. Dun, 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 and a piano part starts playing. I'm on the road. and she starts to get into a dance number.
Incredible. Is there any, is this a solo? Am I standing back for this? Or is this something I should be?
It literally says in the sides, it says, your line, we haven't seen Aunt Mudge in 50 years. Choreography, all in caps.
Okay, great. I'm going to try to mirror the choreography.
Okay, Rolodex check.
Yeah. 12 over 6. I'm warmed up. I haven't warmed up.
I would say I'm going
just marking it, marking it.
I'm going to give you advantage because of your proficiency with choreography in your career.
4 and 6.
There you go. You managed to accurately follow along with the choreography. And then as she moves, she links arms with you about a minute into the number. Grandpa, look! It's Aunt Marge!
Margie!
And out comes Linda.
Oh, boy.
She's back! In this brassy Ethel Merman style. Patti LuPone if you're young.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who the more recent one is than Patti LuPone.
It's Patti LuPone.
It's still Patti LuPone.
It's not equity, so it could be Patti LuPone.
Okay. Stephanie J. Block.
Yes!
And it is a relatively professional outfit.
Right.
But it's one of those moments where it's like all of a sudden Linda comes on stage and you're like, oh, so everybody else was actually terrible and I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Because she just has this incredible star quality about her.
That's what people have said about me.
We're going to cut to Maude.
Yeah.
Maude. What are you doing, Maude?
The plan I heard from Curly was sneak around and see if I could find anything while rehearsal's happening. So I think I'm going to strip the bed so that I have a bunch of linen that I can be carrying around. So I'll have that. I'm going to hide my 6-shooter under just sort of the plain clothes that I'm wearing and leave. I guess I have to leave everything else in Curly's room because it's probably a bit too clunky. And just kind of, I guess, scope out the backstage and the corridors and see if there's a room where I think Big Boy Mousy stays.
Are you heading towards the stage at all? Or are you deliberately
I
kind of
would
like just
start-
blinding that?
If everyone's at rehearsal, I want to be as far away from the crowd as possible for right now. So I think I'd like start by as far away and then move in with the less I find. So I'm only going to come close to where rehearsals are if I don't find anything anywhere else.
So are you leaving straight after Curly does?
I'll give it a few minutes.
Not a problem. You kind of head out as the music is starting to go or
Yep.
as the dialogue is starting, and you move and you can find that there is an office where Big Boy Mousy maintains themselves.
Amazing. Is Big Boy Mousy in that office currently?
He is.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep a bead on where that was.
Not a problem.
And then the other name you said was Leaky McSqueaky.
Yes.
So I'll also investigate whether there's like a lighting, or there during rehearsal, the lighting booth will be manned, but just investigate whether or not there's like Leaky McSqueaky has a room or somewhere that maybe he's not in currently.
So it's a put in. So
No tech.
no tech.
Okay, cool.
So for the audience listening at home, when an additional cast member is added,
Look it up.
yes, so the lighting box is not necessarily manned.
Great.
While you're wandering backstage,
Yeah.
you do see that there is a ladder heading kind of
Oh,
up
yeah.
into a lofty style space, but there are 3 bars across the ladder that stop you from accessing it, and there are 3 padlocks on those bars.
Okay.
God.
Do those bars look wide enough that I could use rat physics to...
Yeah.
Because I very specifically said I left like nearly all of my gear behind.
Oh, yeah.
Highs or lows?
I will use lows this time. Damn it.
It's a natural 20. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we're living in a rat world,
Yeah.
and
It's a rat's world. It's a rats.
so it is structured so that
So that, yes, absolutely.
all
fair
the rat
enough.
physics could not get through.
Yeah. If I think this is feasible to do without being heard by people on stage,
Yeah.
then I will look around for something small that I could pick these locks with.
You look around and you find a variety of like kind of small noodly tools
Cool.
that are sitting around.
It's a theater. There's bobby pins everywhere.
Then I will try and pick these padlocks.
Okay, beautiful. Can you roll a dex save?
I will attempt. Ooh, that's a 4 under 12.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. With a 4 under 12, you managed to unlock all 3 of the locks.
Amazing.
Nice.
In what, like just, you got the bobby pin and you go just running it through.
Like a zip.
Like a zip.
All right. I will get myself up on the ladder and then just like close the gate behind me so that if you looked at it from kind of a little bit of a distance, it would still look like it was locked up. And I will sneak my way up to the loft. And I would like to be sneaky in case I get up the ladder and someone's in there.
Okay, roll a dex save again.
Another 4 under 12.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, very sneaky. You open it up.
Yep.
You're in the loft.
Okay.
You look around. The loft is full of these little kind of bundles
Yep.
of straw and hay and kindling.
Great.
Maybe 30 or so of these little bundles of very, very flammable.
Yeah.
I can see the shot because it's like when they open the thing, it's just full of explosives.
Yes.
Except
Yes.
it's just, hey.
But there are also kind of these holes that go down to the stage.
Yeah.
And they don't really do anything, but they allow you to see down from the stage, little kind of doors that open up. And in the back of the space, you can see somebody with a high collar and a stars bandana and a wide-brimmed hat standing there holding something, just about to cut a rope.
I guess I should stop that from happening.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Certainly.
oh gosh. I don't want to fire a bullet in this
Yeah.
kindling thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to lunge for them to try and get the rope out of their hands. Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, we'll call
Yeah,
that move
yeah.
number 1.
Okay.
And then we'll
Roll
go from there.
a contested dex.
Oh, boy.
5.
13 on their die.
Yes!
Okay, so as you climb out of the the trapdoor into the loft and you see all this happening and you leap down on the ground, the song is coming to its big finish and there's like a big line, a full tap with this very long arms. She's home and Marge's coming home. She's home. She's home. She's... And then you leap and grab and swing it back. And you now have the rope in your hand.
Yeah.
As the figure turns towards you.
Okay. Can I very quickly just flick my eyes up and see if I can see what it's attached to? What is going to drop if this rope gets cut?
So you're holding it now in your hands, and at the bottom, like if you were to cut it underneath, it's going to drop down like, I was going to say a weight, a heavy sandbag.
A heavy sandbag. Okay. Like onto
It's like 10 kilo sandbag.
Cool.
Destroys the whole building.
I'd like to sort of square up and then when this figure makes a move for me, I want to try and do like a side step and then twist the rope to like wrap around them and sort of use the rope as to sort of like wrangle them like you would. Well, I was about to say like you would a cow, but we don't wrangle cows. But like kind of just like, just kind of like wrangle them up in it so that they like around their arms so they can't move. And the weight of the sandbag is kind of then holding them in place in this rope.
All right. They're going to go to move at you and grab and attempt to do what you did back to get it back in their hands. Can we make contested dex checks? Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, well, is it worse than mine? That's an 18.
That's a 16.
Damn it.
Okay, you get pushed back a little bit.
Yep.
And they grab it back.
Okay.
She's coming home. Yes, she's coming home. It's Marge.
To grab the rope, did they put their knife down or have they still got it?
So they've got their knife on the... They've kind of like, drop the knife on the ground.
Okay. Then I'm going to lunge for the knife.
Okay. Roll a dex save to leap at the knife.
Okay. Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay, you leap to get the knife and you kind of skid off and you slam into some kindling.
Okay.
As, knowing they don't have the knife, this figure begins to try to yank just to break the way it's connected up. With a 9, that is enough to break the rope on the final note of the song as Linda / Sassy McCracken, Marge is home! Arms out. The sandbag falls
Can
down.
I dive to get the end? Because he's just yanked the rope. He hasn't cut it. So there's a long tail to this rope. Can
Absolutely.
I at all dive to try and catch that?
Of course you can. What would you like to do?
Here's my question.
Yes.
All of this shaking around of the sandbag in this struggle.
Yeah.
No sandbag
It's
in
been moving.
any theater is properly like sealed at any point.
Yes.
Has any sand escaped keeping in mind that I have very sensitive singer's lungs. And so
You've been steaming this whole time. Your dehumidifier set up in your room.
and so I could feel the presence of dust and sand in the air.
Okay, first, Maude, roll a dex save.
Nope. 13 over 12.
Wow.
Do I notice the sand?
I feel like we need a roll,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
but I don't know what roll it is. I mean, I guess it's resilience.
Yeah, it would be will because
Well, baby.
am I
Okay, I'm going to do something crazy.
okay?
You have to fail this check.
Because I'm not concentrating.
Because you're
Yeah.
well, no, it is affecting your lungs rather than being able to sustain.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
fail this check, you will notice the particles in the air.
12 over 10.
Hell yeah, Curly.
Okay, you're there and you're breathing. You can feel these microscopic invisible particles. You're not singing in this number, but you know.
I know. Do I?
And you clock
Yeah.
just this really fine, like with the way the light's hitting, the no tech.
Yeah.
you just something in you sense it, and you're like, there it is. Narratively.
I've memorized the the lighting
Yeah.
rig.
And you see little bits of sand coming down and then a sandbag falling right above where Linda is delivering her
Yep.
big note.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stage tackle Linda.
Yes.
Marge's hum!
And if-
Roll a dex,
6 on 6.
which is a success.
Yes.
Okay.
Marge's hum!
I try to make it into a dip. The start of it is clearly not. The start of it is clearly a tackle, but then instead of bringing her to the floor, I make it into a lunge and slide and grab her. Welcome home, Margie.
Highs or lows?
Eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
With a 16, that is a high.
Yeah.
You slip. The floor is a little more sheen than you're used to working on. And
not
you,
Tarket.
you
It's-
lunge and you slide dangerously close to the edge of the stage, but you succeed
Save
in
it.
making it look a dip. Everybody knows it's not a dip.
Yep.
But welcome
Showmanship.
home, Margie.
Welcome home, Margie. And then I strike a pose for the final note. Ding.
There is silence. It's like Bob Fosse, Jerome Robbins, you've broken the preset choreography.
Yeah, but also they saw that a sandbag
bag
fell
fell.
exactly where she was.
Surely we've heard how crazy those choreographers were. And then you hear
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf as the director, whose name I've forgotten.
I don't remember.
Old Groots.
What?
Old Groots. I'm pretty sure.
No way it was Groot.
I have Old Groot's owner / boss, who I think also became the director.
Yeah, all Groots.
Old Groot.
Sure, man.
Brilliant. A masterpiece. Get that sandbag off the stage. I don't like that new choreography.
I'm like, y'all good?
Well, I think somebody's on to us.
I pull her back up.
As you hear.
So after the sandbag has dropped,
Yeah.
is it just both of us and this knife still on the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. We
I-
both reach for the...
Yeah, we both reach for the knife. Absolutely. I think, like, as long as there's a weapon still on the table that's
Yeah.
not in someone's hand, I'm going to be going for that before I'm going for the person.
Yep.
Roll a dex check.
Finally, that is 612.
Okay, you have the knife in your hand as they look at you and they're going to make a strength and completely, like they're going to leap at you to try to body you and they go and land on the ground.
I would like
the
to-
hat tumbles off.
I would like to jump on their back and hold the knife right up to their, like, jugular, essentially.
Okay.
Hats off.
Yeah, and look, and who are you?
I'll never tell.
Also,
Nathan,
do I
what?
see anything more of them in this moment?
Who's this? I'll never tell.
It's a very specific community reference.
Okay.
Okay, so in this moment,
Yes.
they're facing down. You see that they are an older mouse with like gray mouse with a very long, narrow nose and face. That's kind of all you see.
Okay.
As they make a contested strength save,
7.
3,
Damn it.
as they roll straight to one of the holes. And you both come tumbling out of the roof.
Okay.
Nathan! on. I can tell you just surprised yourself with that.
You just got to roll with it.
Can I try and make a deck save as we go out the hole that
You know
I
what?
grab on
No.
and they keep falling?
And Maude dies. Yes, you can make a dex.
Great. But I'm specifically trying to I'm going to grab, but grab at the last second so that they would keep falling and hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 612.
Okay, you roll. You pretty much release them
Yeah.
and reach and grab. With a 1, they grab onto your legs.
Okay.
Well then, as they start to sway side to side, this is an unusual meeting.
Who is this?
Yeah.
And they begin to climb up
Oh
you.
my God. Stop it.
I'll see you later, friend.
Is he holding on to a particular piece of my clothing right now?
Are you wearing a dress or pants?
Skirt, vest.
Okay, he's
belt.
climbing your skirt right now. If you took your skirt off.
Yeah, I would just like to cut my skirt so it falls straight off me and he goes with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You cut your skirt.
Yeah.
That is an easy action to make. At disadvantage, another deck
Yeah.
save. That's pretty close, but still no.
Great.
Oh, no! As you are resetting yourself, this person begins to fall as they are presetting for the next section of the rehearsal, which is the featherbed sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
they
like, which is
move
the
it on.
giant trampoline sequence.
And he jumps and grabs onto your pantaloons.
He lands on the bed and then lands on the ground.
Does anyone react to this on stage?
Everybody starts screaming.
Okay.
But they sing screams.
Yeah.
So as not to damage their vocal cords.
And this figure gets up really and tries to leap off the side of the stage. And tries to run.
Okay, if I hear Curly, I'm gonna be like, okay.
I'm gonna climb back up to try and get down the ladder safely because I don't see myself dropping and it going successfully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to WWE wrestler from the top rope, Punisher style.
Okay.
Pile drive him.
I feel like that's got to be strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Can you
that's
make
fair.
a strength save, please?
16 over 9.
Okay. You leap, but then land on the chairs as they're sprinting down.
Yeah.
Well, not sprinting, kind of hobbling down. As old Groot calls for Big Boy Mousy, as Big Boy Mousy bursts out and begins to sprint towards this hobbling figure.
Stop.
You know, don't you, Curly, that Big Boy Mousy is in on this?
Yeah. And the guy's wearing the same outfit I described to Curly, right?
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so nobody else probably noticed, but you noticed, Curly, that Big Boy Mousy, oh no, falls in the chairs, trips, and is not able to make it as the figure escapes out the front door.
Well.
Who was that man? It was disgraceful for him to interrupt our rehearsal. A 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all of the dancers begin to do the next number, the featherbed sequence.
All right, I assume Grandpa's not part of the.
No, he's only in the one scene.
Incredible.
I'll climb down the ladder and sort of to Curly from side stage.
Yeah. I'm going to help Big Boy Mousy up.
Okay.
And as I'm helping him up, I sort of lean in and I'm like, you need to work on your pratfalls.
He looks at you, places his hand on your shoulder, and then runs. Just turns and begins to sprint backstage.
I'm going to run after him.
I've been
Not
rumbled.
suspicious at all.
Okay, you run after him. He runs kind of in his office and he slams the door and locks it. I'm not coming out.
Can I try to shoulder the door before he locks it?
Yes, let's make contested
Ooh.
dex checks. 15 on his end.
2.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You slip your shoulder into the door.
I do wonder what Curly is going to do.
I have no
In a
idea.
room alone with this giant mouse.
He rolled a 6
Okay.
under 12 for his strength check for closing the door.
After me.
Yes. Can you make a strength save for me, please?
Yeah. 3.
Okay. The door, bam, just the heat of the moment, slams on it. You slam your shoulder into it and you manage to bear the brunt of this physical because he is a big
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
heavy door slam, but something in this moment
I'm warmed up. It all
Yeah.
just bounces back. Like,
Would I have seen at all that Curly was running after Big Boy Mousy on his own?
Well, what you said to me is like you were kind of like you'd come
Yeah, so I
down
was,
and
like,
you were
climbing down
looking to
to
try and
look
call
to
him
try
over,
and
so
call
you
him
would have
over.
seen all of that happen.
Great. I would then, I think, have run after Curly to stop him from a physical confrontation with a giant mouse that might kill him.
Okay.
So I don't mind when I show up, but I definitely think this would have been I'm gonna go make sure Curly's not getting strangled to death.
ideal.
Yeah.
You would probably turn it like pretty much straight away because
Okay.
you're not that far
Yeah.
distance wise if you could see Curly
Yeah.
in the house.
Okay.
As you arrive, you see Curly in their full old man
Yeah.
makeup. There's something about that gives you pause. And then we continue.
No, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore you, Nathan. I turn around, Veronica. open the door, please.
Veronica, open the door.
I'm going to count 2, 3. So has the door, is it still a little bit open at the moment?
Yeah. Like you're in the door.
Okay, excellent. I'm just going to slip through into the room.
Okay. So
I'd like to try and follow. If Curly's going to be in the room, I want to be in the room.
Yeah.
So Curly's
Okay.
not dying in the room that I'm not in.
As Curly slips in the
Yeah.
room, the door is essentially closing. Can
Yeah.
you make a deck save at disadvantage?
I'm doing like the superhero slide, like
Yes.
going like if you're going like under the
Sure.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like one leg forward, like shh
Yeah.
into the room.
Grab your hat.
Double 18s.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So I think the door shuts and you just hear my leg go thunk.
Yes, that's correct. So you are on the outside of this door as
Yeah.
we cut inside.
On the outside, I was looking.
And
It's not locked. You're fine.
you are now in like arm span by arm span
Yeah.
room. Just you and Big Boy and a desk. Well, it looks like it's just the two of us.
You hear the door handle. Can I get in?
Oh.
I mean, he hasn't locked
Yeah,
it.
he hasn't locked it. Okay. Whoops.
Sorry, excuse me. Just making my way in here.
And you close the door behind you.
I think that's funnier.
Okay, so now there's
It's a
three
bad
of you.
decision. It's a bad decision.
all in like
Three of you, yeah, in a room that is like made the
Yeah.
same size as Big Boy. Like he can get in here and that's it. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden these two might. You're using your rat physics. Well,
Seems like we should have a chat, the three of us.
what is that accent?
Always keep him guessing. Why don't you take a seat there, big boy?
And he just squats where he is.
Aww. Why don't you tell us who it was you were working with?
I don't know, just some guy gave me a lot of, well, and he like opens a drawer, like his arms can't move, so he kind of just leans and opens a drawer and pulls out like a little half bottle of milk.
My eyes.
Pupils.
Yeah.
Like, paid me in this, said that I would get some of the insurance payout.
Oh, yeah. I look at Maud like I don't know what I'm supposed to ask.
So does that mean that this figure's in on the insurance?
I don't know. I'm just here to, get a little bit of stuff for me, and then I'll get out.
What's
You can have the milk.
that's,
And it puts it on
Don't
the
mind if
table.
I do, and I'll pocket it.
what's their name?
Oh, I don't know. There was just this, and he like reaches down to another drawer, squeezing, and there's a letter, very quickly written letter, signed PR.
PR?
PR.
Well, now that we're here, this little operation won't be going forward.
All right.
You're going to tell us, are there any other spots where you've stashed flammables? Were you the one lighting up the theatre, or was it someone else?
It was going to be me. And he begins to undo his shirt.
He's strapped.
And he opens it up. And it is a very, very small mouse. But his entire body is made of kindling. And he's been walking on stilts this whole time.
Nathan. What?
What is this not?
No, it's good.
Every time I do this, you're like, no, it's good. And I'm like, is it?
So it's
give me a moment to
it's
process.
his mouse head and arms, and his whole outfit is stuffed full of kindling, and he's walking on stilts.
So wait, how is he
Like-
so strong when he pushed the door back at me?
I'm gonna sort of walk over and put my hand on actual Big Boy Mouse's shoulder. I'm not trying to hurt any feelings here. when you lit up the place, were you lighting up yourself or were you putting all this down somewhere and then starting the fire?
Well, you've just disrespected me quite aggressively. I was obviously going to put it down.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
But how was I supposed to bring all this kindling in and out?
I mean, it's quite ingenious.
Look, I respect it. I do.
He tries to leap out of his contraption and like hop on your heads and get out the door.
Yeah.
Leaps out of the contraption, lands straight on the ground.
Oh, boy.
All right. Curly, I'm going to watch this one. Do you reckon you could maybe go and get somebody who can deal with what all's going on
All
here?
right. I'll go get the stage manager.
And I'm just going to pull out my 6-shooter and like essentially hold him at gunpoint.
I go side stage. I go to the stage manager. Do you also happen to be the company manager around here?
I wear many hats.
And it's La Squeakers.
The stage manager.
You got a problem that needs sorting out?
Yeah. I think you better come see for yourself.
Okay. And you lead them around.
Yeah.
Big boy Mousy. Well, the rumors were true. Big on the outside, small on the in.
That's how most things work, yeah.
He's got quite a story to tell you. And there's more of this kindling stashed in the loft above the stage. They were looking for the insurance money.
Big boy, you know this place ain't insured.
We haven't had a test and tag since 1743.
Old Groot always said if this place were to go down, he'd go down with her.
Well, I guess our problem's solved then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'll sort this out and you can, go back to your work. I imagine old Groot's wanting to start up rehearsals soon.
I will stash my 6-shooter and I guess follow Curly.
Yeah, I'm going to go out to side stage. Linda, stage manager needs you, side stage.
Oh, all right.
That's always a good excuse.
And she moves up.
Hey, so we got him.
You got him.
We got him.
It's over?
Yeah. Stage manager's on it. They're going to take all the kindling out of here.
All right. Well, I guess Rodney.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sort myself out.
Okay.
And you hear her walk out into the house and go up to old Groot's. You know what? Your choreography was derivative and boring. I won't be working here again, and I'll tell all my friends never to come back here. And she slaps him across the face.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think everything's been sorted out.
Great. All right. Do you need to grab any of your things? Can we meet you outside?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's all trash here.
Okay.
I go and get my stuff that's still in your room.
Yeah.
And then, I guess head out with
grab our
wherever
stuff.
you are.
Linda, now revealing herself properly as Sassy McCracken, has a transport that she's organized, and you can travel along with that.
yeah.
A couple of lizards a day.
That's star power, baby.
I do introduce
carriage?
myself to Sassy as the mousetrap,
Okay.
not as Maude.
And what about you, Curly?
Oh, boy.
Are you
Yeah.
still Fred?
I've got so many hats on hats right now. I have no idea.
When we go back to Rodney and
Yeah.
thing,
I know.
you're
I'm
going to be
Bert.
Camembert again.
Yeah.
But you could like pull Sassy into the fact that you're not Camembert. Depends how much you trust her.
Oh, I don't know that I have a beat on that. I think I'm going to make a will check
Okay.
to see if I know what hat I'm wearing. It's a natural 20. My name is Sheriff Curly Whiskers. I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, well, hello.
Maybe
Karen.
you heard of me in my boy band, the Backsqueak Boys.
Oh, the Backsweek Boys.
Yeah.
Yes, I am familiar.
That's me.
I didn't realize that you were a member. I thought that they were touring.
Yeah, I decided to focus on my solo career.
Oh, okay. So the latest poster I saw was the main band minus the one. That's what the branding was. I thought it was a bit
The
long.
poster said the main band minus the one.
You know, I reckon someone might be pulling a prank, like you've left and they're feeling bitter about it. So they're like trying to cover up for it by being like the main band minus the one. But really the one was the one that was holding them all together.
But oh no, I remember it was like the same poster as the last tour, except they put like black gaff tape over one of the people.
I mean,
Was that you?
I guess. I mean, it's kind of nice that they just reuse the posters. It makes people think about who's missing, maybe.
Like when Zane Mouselick left Cheese Direction, you know, everyone was like, I mean, obviously he was the one that was holding them together, but when he left, everyone was like, no, the band's better without him, but really they were bad.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
You know what? You're better off without them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Better off without him.
Absolutely.
That's what my mama said. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at the talent you showed in there. Just picking up the show, saving my life. Nothing to snuff at.
Thanks, Sassy. I appreciate it.
A real sheriff in the making.
Not in the making. A real sheriff.
Starts crying.
And you ride back to Rodney's tree. Except Rodney isn't there. And the floor is scattered with barn owl feathers and the blood of a roadrunner. And that's where we're going to call the session.
You've been listening to Best Left Forgotten. You can find and follow us on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Best Left Podcast, and on our Best Left Forgotten Facebook page, where we post updates, info, and additional content. A full song and artist list for this episode can be found in the description. Our cover art is by Irit Mogilevsky, who can be found on Instagram at irit.mog. Thanks to Jess Wolfendale, our editor, Miriam Feats, our social media manager, and Nathan Quadrio, our producer. If you enjoyed our episode today, please leave a review and tell your friends.